students, and today we will learn things from a new book. A new approach to RK Mission School Class 6 Admission Test Guide. Okay, it's looking like this, but it's blue, you know. It's blue. You can see when I do it, so you can see here it's not black, okay? It is just gray color on my side, that's why. Okay, so today we will learn physics. Sun, moon and earth. The solar system means the sun and the celestial bodies that orbit it from the solar system. In solar system there are 9 planets including the earth. All planets revolve around the sun. Means all planets revolve around the sun. Okay? In fixed path called orbits. Every planet's path is called an orbit. For example, Earth also has an orbit. It moves around the sun. And do you know, every planet's orbit is in oval shape. And when it's in oval shape, so at the side of the oval, when the sun is right here and here it is the orbit of the earth, it's not in circle, it's in oval. Okay, and when earth is right here, it will be winter because earth is not close to the sun. Okay, and when it's right here, when it again revolved around here, so means it's summer because it's very close to sun, right? In all the countries there will be the same weather because the whole earth is revolving. Now, in order of increasing distance from the sun, the 9 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, and Pluto also is written. But from today, Pluto is not a planet. Now there are only 8 planets, not 9 planets. Pluto was called a planet. But then everyone said that Pluto is not a planet in 1987. Sun. The sun is the star that is closest to Earth. Means it is closest. The sun is very near to the Earth. But Mercury is also very, very near to Earth. But luckily, there is no life on Mercury. If the only living planet on the solar system was Mercury, we will be burned because Mercury is very close to the sun. Luckily, Earth is a little bit far from the sun, and sometimes it's a little high temperature in the summer season and a very low temperature in winter season. The sun is a hot, huge ball of hot burning gases and fire. And now, the sun is about 15 billion degrees centigrade and on the surface about 6,000 centigrade. The sun has a thin layer of atmosphere called the corona. Not that corona. The virus name is corona. C-A-R-O-N-A. The thin layer of the sun is called corona. C-O-R-O-N-A. Okay. The sun is also called a dwarf star. Whenever you tell anyone, look there, the sun is very high up in the sky. We can also say, look, the dwarf star is very high up in the sky. Because sun is also a star, but we can call it as a dwarf star and also sun. The sun is made up of hydrogen and helium gas. Hydrogen and helium gas. Hydrogen is very hot, that's why the sun is very huge ball of fire. And helium gas, I will tell you. Helium gas is at the center and the hydrogen around it is constantly changing into helium, and this releases heat and light energy. Did I told you? These all helium gas and hydrogen. Hydrogen turns into helium gas, and then when it works together and when the hydrogen constantly changes into helium gas, so in this it releases heat and light energy, and that all light energy and heat will get on earth and give heat to earth. That's why. Facts about planets. So let me tell you what Mercury is. Mercury is the planet closest to the sun and the second smallest planet in the solar system. It takes only 80 days to orbit once around the sun. And you know Mercury is the second smallest planet because the first smallest planet is Pluto. It is very small, and then it comes Mercury. Everyone calls that Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system, but no, it is the second smallest planet in the solar system because first Pluto was the first smallest planet in the solar system. Now Venus. Venus is the hottest and brightest planet in the solar system. It takes about 224 days to orbit once around the sun. Mercury is the hottest and brightest planet in the solar system. Do you know? In night, on Earth, when we see at night, among the stars there is Venus. But Mercury, Venus, Earth. Look, Venus is the second planet and Earth is beside Venus. And you know, Venus is the same size of the Earth. Okay? And when we see at night on Earth, on the sky, we see so many stars, right? Among those stars, there is Venus. Venus is the only star. Venus is very brightest planet, right? It is very hot. Not that much hot from sun. Sun is very hot. Venus is the same temperature of the sun, but a little bit low temperature. It is the same temperature of the sun, but 1% low. Now, coming to Earth. Do you know, children, all these planets are coming in order. The first planet is Mercury, second planet Venus, and we are on the third planet, that is Earth. So coming to Earth. Earth is the only planet where life existed. Means Earth is the only planet where life is there, where everyone is there. In all the planets there are aliens, but except Earth, there are only humans on Earth and animals and birds. Because there is air and oxygen, land and life on Earth. In the other planets like Venus, Mercury, Pluto, these all don't have oxygen. So human beings and animals can't hold their breath and can't breathe. That's why they wear some type of cap that is whole of their faces. That's why to get oxygen, and also like this to get oxygen. But in Earth, no need to wear all these things. In Earth, there is so many air and oxygen. And you know how air and oxygen comes? From trees. And you know, sun, when the sun sets, means it goes to another country. Sun never sleeps. It sets and it goes to another country at the half of the earth. For example, this is the earth and it is half. Okay? On the right side there is India and the left side is the other countries. Many countries are there. Okay? More than 600 countries on earth. Okay, now coming to the earth's surface. 70% of Earth's surface is covered by water. So that's why this is a legend. Don't waste water because there is only 70% of Earth covered by water and 30% of land. No, not 30%, 35%. Sometimes 30%. But 35% of earth is covered from land. So we should plant more trees to make more land. First it was 30, but when people started to plant more plants, so it became 35%. Now if we will plant more plants, it will become more percent than 35. Now coming to the Earth's satellite. Moon is the only Earth's natural satellite. Okay? Only moon. And you know, in the morning also stars and the moon are there. But when the sun comes, it's all light, all heat covers the stars and the moon. And when it sets, you can see the moon then. Now you know how much sun is strong. Okay. Now coming to Mars. Mars is the planet known as red planet because Mars is red. Mars is also known as a red planet only. Its atmosphere has a lot of carbon dioxide and a small amount of oxygen and water vapor. Means water vapor, you know. The steam, right? The hot part of the water. It's a smoke only. But when we heat the ice, it changes into water. And then water, if we heat water, it changes into water vapor. Did I told you the water cycle? Excuse me. Okay, children, I was telling you, as I told you in the water cycle. That water vapor is what and this and that existed. Okay, now look, Mars has a lot of carbon dioxide and a small amount of oxygen. Means sometimes we can go in Mars, but we can also wear this, okay, that cap. Okay, but we should not breathe a lot of there, or else the carbon, all the oxygen and water vapor, all the small amount of, you should not breathe so much on Mars by taking out your caps. Okay, because if we breathe so much, the small amount of oxygen and water vapor will go away. Then there will be no oxygen and water vapor on Mars, just like all the planets. Even for Earth, I'm saying you should plant more trees to get more oxygen or air, or else Earth will be also a planet with no oxygen or air, just like the other planets. Then in which planet we will live? That's why plant more trees. Okay, so coming to Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet, and Jupiter is also full of gas. Okay, that makes clouds and sends to Earth, and then we can see clouds on Earth. Now, telling you that in the sky, if we see in the sky we see blue, right? That is the color of the Earth. That is the color of the Earth's layer. Okay, that's why the Earth is blue planet. We can also call Earth as a blue planet also, just like Mars. Now, coming to Jupiter. We already learned that Jupiter is the largest planet. Now, it has a large number of satellites and about 12 years to the orbit the Sun. Saturn. Saturn is the second largest planet and are rings around it. So, Saturn is near Jupiter. Okay. Saturn is the sixth planet and second largest planet, but Jupiter is the first largest planet. But Saturn is the second largest planet, and it has so many rings around it in orange color, yellow color, and also in red color, and all these colors by if we all mix these colors, that color will be the rings of the Saturn. Now coming to Uranus. Uranus is the third largest planet. Nothing about Uranus, and is the third largest planet. So first we see Jupiter is the first largest planet, Saturn is the second largest planet, and Uranus is the third largest planet. Now Neptune, now you can see Uranus. There is very cold on Uranus. Okay, very very cold. And now Neptune. Neptune is very similar to Uranus. It's not like big and small. It is the same size of the Uranus. And there are storms and winds on Neptune because there is so much cold on Neptune and also on Uranus. And the same size of the Uranus and Neptune are very very same. Now coming to the last planet that is not called a planet. Pluto. Pluto is the first smallest and farthest planet. Pluto was not called a planet in 1987. Pluto has a surface of frozen gases. So it has a surface of frozen gases, not hot burning gases, frozen gases. Pluto is very small. Even a very big man cannot live on Pluto. Only his toes can live in it. Okay, now coming to Moon. The Moon is the only satellite of Earth, natural satellite of Earth. The Moon is made of rock and has no air on it. The Moon does not have any light on its own. The Sun gives light to the Moon. It has mountains, craters and valleys. Moon has mountains, craters and valleys. You all know mountains and valleys, but you all don't know craters. You know at the Moon's surface, a little bit like this, a little bit high surface, and with holes and like this. Now coming to this. There is no atmosphere on Moon. Moon is lit up by the sun, but as the Moon circles the Earth, the shape of the lit portion also changes. As I told you, Moon is lit up by the sun. Okay? Now coming. Moon The moon pulls objects towards itself. But moon is a little bit smaller than Earth. That's why it can't pull the Earth. That's why it moves around the Earth. Like all the planets revolve around the sun, the moon revolves around the Earth. If it goes in fast motion, first we can see moon, then morning moon, morning moon, morning moon, morning night, morning night, morning night, morning night, morning night, morning. Okay, that's why the moon revolves slowly, and all the planets also, Earth, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, all revolve around the sun slowly. Sun also moves a little bit to get the Earth some light, to give the Earth some light. Now let me tell you, the Americans, Neil Armstrong, everyone know. Now everyone doesn't know this. The Americans Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, and Michael Collins were the first to visit the moon in a spacecraft called Apollo 11. And do you know, we are not talking about Michael Collins here. We are only talking about Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin here. Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin stepped on the moon on 21st July 1969. Eclipse. So everyone is wondering what is eclipse? Sometimes the sun, moon and earth come all in a straight line. At times, the earth comes between the moon and the sun, and at others, the moon comes between the sun and the earth. At such times, the one in the middle casts a shadow, which partly or wholly hides the other from the sun. This is called an eclipse. Okay? Now we will learn about lunar eclipse and solar eclipse later. Till then, bye. But remember, lunar eclipse means moon eclipse. In PJ Master, I saw lunar girl means moon girl. Okay? And it will only tell about moon in lunar eclipse. So bye. And also tell about earth. It will only tell about moon. But it can name earth and sun also. Until then, bye.